Chapter 12. Comparative Perspectives and Future Directions. This closing chapter steps back to place the United States in international perspective, survey reforms abroad, and look at what lies ahead. Three themes recur. The United States is exceptional on nearly every measure of firearm harm. Rapidly changing technology and the post-Bruin legal environment are reshaping the field. And productive engagement requires sustained attention to evidence and a willingness to acknowledge uncertainty. The international picture is stark. The U.S. civilian stock, around 393 million firearms, exceeds the combined civilian holdings of the next 25 countries. Among peers, the highest per capita ownership in Canada, Finland, and Switzerland runs at roughly a quarter of the U.S. rate. U.S. firearm homicide runs roughly an order of magnitude above the peer median, and the disparity is concentrated in the firearm-specific component, not in some general propensity for violence. These patterns have been stable for decades, which tells us the U.S. position reflects structural features rather than any recent event. Reform cases are instructive. Australia's 1996 National Firearms Agreement, adopted within months of the Port Arthur shooting, prohibited semi-automatic long guns, conducted a large buyback, and added a 28-day waiting period, and was followed by reductions in firearm, suicide, and mass shootings. The United Kingdom's 1996 handgun prohibition and New Zealand's 2019 ban after Christchurch tell similar stories, and Canada has progressively tightened its regulation. These cases show comprehensive reform can reduce harm, but they operated in parliamentary systems without a constitutional right to bear arms, so their lessons for the United States are limited by the constraints of Heller, MacDonald, and Bruin, and by the country's size and regional diversity. Several emerging issues will shape the coming years. Ghost guns and three-dimensional printed firearms threaten the traceability framework that regulation has long relied on. Artificial intelligence is transforming ballistic comparison and informing predictive policing tools, which raise serious concerns about transparency and bias, and several jurisdictions have piloted and then retired such tools. Smart gun technology, long discussed, has not achieved market penetration but could matter if it did, by reducing unauthorized use and the resale value of stolen firearms. The post-Bruin environment reshapes research itself. Policies evaluated under the old legal regime may face constitutional challenge under the text history tradition test, and the 2024 Rahimi decision eased, but did not eliminate, the resulting uncertainty. The court has since resolved two further categories, in Himani and Woolford, in 2026. New natural experiments, like states converting from may issue to shall issue, will be studied for years, even as the legal status of the policies under study may shift mid-project. The chapter also notes the gradual convergence of the public health and criminal justice traditions, which draw on complementary methods, epidemiological designs on one side and quasi-experimental designs on the other, and increasingly inform each other, even as tensions over evidentiary standards remain. The conclusion is the heart of the book. Several findings are established with reasonable confidence. The United States has elevated firearm harm, availability is associated with firearm death, specific policies show robust effects, and the strong civilian deterrence hypothesis has not survived. Much remains contested, including the frequency of defensive gun use and the effects of several policies. And ultimately, the firearms debate is, in important respects, a debate about values as much as about evidence. Empirical research can clarify the consequences of our choices. It cannot make the choices for us. If you finish this book able to tell what the evidence supports and what it does not, you are better equipped for that debate than you were before, and that is the most this subject can offer.